Greetings.
John. I'm really excited for this episode.
Doesn't fucking sound like it.
It's gonna be a doozy. Good evening, you scallywags. I am Aaron Shook, and you are listening to the Pomps and Plunder podcast. And joined with me today is none other than John Alex.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hope you guys had a good Halloween. It is now officially turkey season, even though Mariah Carey is defrosting. We are super excited for this episode. I think even out of the whole series, this is probably going to be one of my favorite episodes because we get to talk about
our frustrations as barbers.
Yeah, things that piss us off, and also crazy stories that we have experienced. So this is the second episode.
Welcome back.
Oh, also thank you too for the support that we've gotten in the week of episode 1. It's been cool. A lot of you reached out and enjoyed the episode. Said that you were looking forward to more. We're looking forward to more. This was actually a lot more fun to do than I originally thought it would be, and now we look forward to it. I'll let you take over on the first thing.
Alrighty.
Or do we kind of want to explain? Let's go ahead and explain. As a whole, barbering is a fantastic career. Like, it is probably one of the best decisions I personally have ever made to become a barber. We get to talk to people all day. We're on our feet all day. So it's a very, it's good for you physically, and I assume mentally as well for most people. Some people get kind of taxed on the socializing, but I like socializing. I get to socialize with people, and a lot of them become our friends. But every job has its downfalls. And so this episode is going to be the downfalls, the do's and don'ts. So this is going to be the do's and don'ts and the crazy stories that we have experienced through our almost decade of cutting.
Some of the crazy stories.
I mean, we're still barbers. There are still some in the making. Like, who knows? There might be another episode later on about more crazy stories that we've dealt with. But this is going to be... See, I've been cutting about almost 8, and you're like a year under me, aren't you?
Yeah,
3 months or something like that.
7 years.
So yeah, I'm gonna give John the floor for some of his stories, and then just kind of see where this goes.
Alrighty. Well, like Aaron said, we're just going to cover some of the do's and don'ts. Like he said, like every industry, there's a good side and a bad side. And these are just kind of some of our little pet peeve things that happen to us. Not necessarily on a daily basis, but they definitely do happen. And if you do these things, we will talk about you. And now, we will talk about you on our podcast.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Let's see here. So one of the things I ran into as a shop owner in the beginning was your customers telling you how you need to run your shop and what services you should provide. So some of the top answers to the question that they asked themselves, basically, to give me advice were stripper poles, nail technicians, females. They didn't say girls, they just said females.
Yeah.
And
nothing wrong with that. Like, there's plenty of great female barbers out there.
Oh no, I mean it in like the sexist, like females, like guys who just say females.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, because that's one of the things too, is like, you're gonna get your handful of like creepy, perverted old dudes. I mean, young too. Don't get me wrong, there's creepy people all ages, sizes, and
yeah. So I don't know, just a bit of a pet peeve. I definitely found that group to be in the older category where they're just telling you, oh yeah, you need to do this thing if you want to make more money, or do that thing, or add this to the shop. And I don't know, man, I just didn't really want to do any of that stuff. For one, like having a nail tech in a barber shop. What kind of Who does that?
I mean,
It stinks.
yeah, that's one thing. We're a traditional shop, so we don't have like the hair coloring. We don't have the nail. Like I don't personally. I'm a hypochondriac, so I don't personally like having like all the chemicals. So I try, like, I don't do relaxers, I don't do perms, I'm not going to color your hair, I'm not going to paint your nails. Like, I don't want to deal with that stuff because there are, like, there's research done with, like, long-term
Exposure.
especially cosmetologists, like, towards the end, they have, like, problems with, like chemically induced, like, I don't know if it would be disease or something like that, but they start getting problems. And I want
neurological or respiratory or just it's not good. It's not good for you.
And I've been in salons where it smells like cat piss.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of the ammonia. Now there are things out there now that are like less odorous and stuff like. But as far as like how safe it is, I'm not sure. I mean, you get carbon monoxide, which is odorless and can fuck you up. You know, so it's like, okay, cool. It smells less bad, but like, how bad is it?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize, but a lot of these salons, your wives or even yourself might know these things, like a Brazilian blowout, for instance. That's one of the most chemically inducing processes you could probably do. And you have to have special ventilation built into the shop that you're working at in order to even offer that service. Now, this particular shop has that ventilation system, and we use it to smoke cigars inside.
Yeah.
Well, we're closed.
Yeah, closed. Yeah, yeah.
But
never during business hours.
It's just not stuff you need to be breathing in. It's formaldehyde and all these just horrible things. Anyways, just these old guys telling me how to run my business, and I didn't, for one, appreciate it, or two, I'm not going to listen to you.
Yeah. It's like, if you're that knowledgeable in how you should run a barbershop, open a barbershop.
Yeah, go do it.
Start your own business. Like if you're that like gung-ho on how someone should run their shop, run it yourself.
Yeah. I guess another little pet peeve would be like when you use a restroom at an establishment. There's some establishments where you walk into the restroom and you expect something to be wrong. You've all been there. And you know going in, you're going to open up that door and there's going to be some sort of surprise waiting for you. At those big chain places, Wally World and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what to expect. When you go into a small business, don't make a mess. Because we know who did it.
Yeah.
We know. Yeah, and you're on camera. We know exactly who fucking did it.
There's not a camera in the
not in the bathroom, no. But we know who went in last and who made the goddamn mess.
Yeah, and
then we have to clean it. More specifically, probably me. I don't want to clean your shit.
If you can't aim your piss, just sit down. There's nothing demasculating about it. You get to sit down for a second. You get to rest for a little bit.
Nobody's gonna know.
No one's
just
gonna know.
Sit down.
Yeah, like. Luckily, I feel like we haven't had much of that.
Not lately.
Yeah.
There's been a few times where it's been horrific. But oh god. Anyways, that's just another weird one. You know how your mom always told you to wash behind your ears when you were a kid?
Yeah.
That's for a reason. Y'all get some nasty ass shit behind your ears and you don't even realize it because you don't clean your ears. It's gotten to the point.
Just hygiene in general.
Yeah.
Like,
wash your face, wash your hair once in a while.
Yeah. Like
put some deodorant on.
Like, yeah. Like I haven't really run into someone smelling BO, but I run into people, especially in the older people, where they have like all this like yellow sulfury scales on their head. And it like sometimes like when you're combing or something like that, it'll start bleeding.
Yeah, because he just ripped it off.
Yeah, and it's like realistically, I probably shouldn't cut you if you're, or we shouldn't cut you if you're like that, because that could be a lot of things going on. But a lot of people are very adamant about like, oh. Like I've had people with lice come in and be like, "Oh, I can't cut you," but they still try to like egg you on. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, I can't. Like, I could spread this. Like, you can't do.
You're not supposed to be here. Please leave.
Yeah, please get out.
Yep, have it treated.
Yeah, just hygiene. Just keep your it's not hard to clean yourself, or if you can't clean yourself, get someone to clean you.
That's crazy. Have you ever noticed this where a lot of that buildup will be on the facial area? So they'll come in for a face shave. And they'll have it on there.
Yeah.
But what's the funny thing that happens when you put the hot towel on?
It comes off.
It comes off.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
It's almost like a sulfur cheese.
Yeah, it tells you that if you showered, you can just clean it off.
Yeah. And it's like why? It's like I have dandruff. Like that's just a genetic thing in me. But
a lot of people do.
But it's like dandruff is different compared to. It's like I can tell if someone is just dandruff or if someone is just not washing themselves and stuff. And yeah, sometimes it gets gross, and you just
Worst experience I ever had was I was cutting around a gentleman's ear, and my trimmer got caught on a piece of whatever we're talking about, and it came off in a complete chunk. It was I don't know if any of you are welders out there. I was a welder. It looked like a piece of slag coming off a stick weld. It was a solid chunk about an inch long, and it just dropped on the floor. I about threw up where I was standing.
Yeah.
I will never ever forget that in my life.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please
wash yourself.
Wash yourself and clean behind your ears.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, we see it. We notice.
We know. We know who you are.
And also too, when we're taught in barber school, we kind of get but we get taught about skin cancers, and because we as barbers, we see things from a different perspective that no one else if you're in our chair, we see areas about you that you're not going to see normally. So it's I had a client that had this really big knot on the back of his neck. And I just assumed he knew about it because it was super noticeable. It's you could if you just rub your neck you could feel it, but I think he had that thing for about years. And then finally I saw that he got it removed. And then he was yeah, I didn't even know I had it. And I was oh, I've seen that thing behind your neck since you've been coming to me at the old place I was at. And so he had no idea. So now I've made it a conscious thing. If I see or feel something, I'm hey, just let you know. And it's kind of awkward because no one wants to hear anyone say hey, you got this weird growth on the back of your neck or anything. But at the same time, it could save someone. It could what were you about to say?
Yeah, I actually have a story about that.
Oh, you want to tell it?
Yeah,
go for it.
So we used to have another fellow that was working here over at the other shop, our other location, and he had this one gentleman consistently coming in and seeing him. He's an older guy. So he started to notice this little nodule on the back of his neck. And after about 2 months, he's look, man, this thing's getting big and fast. It was probably the size of maybe a walnut or two. It got that big.
Oh, well.
So he pointed it out to him. He went to the doctor. It was a cancer that had...
melanoma?
I think it was worse than that. This thing had wrapped around...
I think melanoma's I think it's basal cell is the chill one that you kind of have to keep an eye on, but it's not cancerous. But I think melanoma.
It could have been
maybe after being in the industry, you kind of lose all the scientific. We know what to look for, but it's I don't know the terms. I think it is melanoma. Correct us if we're wrong in this podcast.
That's skin cancer. But this thing had wrapped around his vertebrae.
Oh, wow.
It wrapped around. And so they almost immediately rushed him into surgery. I think he had 4 or 5 doctors operating on him all at once to try to unwrap this cancer from his vertebrae. They ended up taking it off. He came in probably 3 months later after making a full recovery, and he had dropped about 100 pounds. And he came in, he's like, listen, I just wanted to say thank you. You saved my life. You honestly did, because if this got any worse, they told me it was almost inoperable already. So if another couple months had went by, he would have been gone.
That's wild.
So he came in, and it changed his life. He got married. He had wills made. He went out to Arizona to take his new bride out there, and he picked us up some rabbit feet. You see that blue rabbit foot that I have up there?
Oh yeah.
That's from him.
That's sick.
He gave us all some rabbit foot and said, good luck, thank you. We saw him a couple times after that, and we didn't hear from him anymore. But it's little things like that we notice, and we're gonna tell you about. It might amount to be nothing, hopefully, but sometimes it can make a really big difference.
Yeah, and I've had a couple clients that's come in with like things on their necks and stuff. I'm like, hey, just let you know, you got like a little lump back here or something like that. Like it necessarily won't even look like it won't be like brown and sticking out. It'd just be like a nodule under the neck or something like that. And sometimes like be like a fatty cyst, or it'd be a calcium deposit or something like that. But we're not doing it we're not mentioning the stuff to be mean or to like bring you down. We're generally concerned.
We're taught to watch out for these things.
Yeah, it's for your health.
Do you know what you're supposed to do if you catch on fire? Stop, drop, and roll for your health.
So yeah, it's never anything with. We're not trying to make fun of you, and we're not trying to like scare you or anything like that. We just genuinely care about you and your health. So that's why we point it out. And I'm always awkward with stuff like that, but I'm trying to be better about it, because like I don't want to have a guy in my chair that I've been noticing like this thing on their neck, and then like years go by, and then all of a sudden it's like they're suffering from it, and then it's like I could have helped prevent that or something like that. So.
Yep.
And also too, with the people that come in that are really like gross and have all the stuff, we get that there's like certain things like disabilities and stuff that don't allow you to like properly clean yourself. And the amount of it's probably about maybe 5% of our clientele, not even that. It's not as bad as we're making it seem. But this is the episode.
These are just like the worst of the worst.
Yeah, this is the episode where we kind of talk about the dark and gritty of being a barber.
I guess before we get too far into it, what are you smoking there?
Oh yeah, I'm essentially doing the same setup. I am smoking in my Peterson again with the HHO Darkfire. That is my combo. It's usually in different pipes, but I've just been smoking this pipe the last. What are you smoking? I know you're smoking a Savinelli.
It's a Savinelli. I can't quite turn it over to see. Eleganta?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard of that line. I know what Savinelli is, but I haven't heard of that line.
Eleganza.
Because I think that's Savinelli's what, Italy?
Italy, yeah.
And I'm smoking Peterson's. I think this is 2023's Irish St. Patrick's Day. I can't tell if that says. I think it's 2023. I think I got it this year. When I saw the bands on them, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty sick." And what are you smoking? What are you smoking tobacco-wise?
I believe I'm Lane 1Q today.
Oh, nice.
It was Clean Anne's Revenge last week. Yep, got a little Dalmore in the cup. Piece of ice. And
I am drinking Stillhouse Black Bourbon. It is a very cheap whiskey, but weirdly good. It's aged bourbon on coffee beans, and I am a coffee fanatic. So an irritation with me is showing up super early for your appointments. We're an appointment only shop, and we're like that because we want it to be kind of more of a, when you come into the shop, it's just like you can sit down, and within like 5-10 minutes, like it's your turn to go. And so we still get people that show up
45.
Yeah, they like showing up early is for me personally, and anything that we say opinion wise about the shop and like what things that irritate us might not reflect what other shops have or what they think or whatever, because there are some shops that are just like die hard walk-ins only. Like, okay, cool, if that works for you, then great. But being an appointment only, it allows us to not stress about, oh, when's the shop open, when can I take off work, because if we're at a walk-in only, it's like if you just take a day or two off, then your people are just going to go other places. And with appointments only, it's like we don't have to stress about hours. If me or John need to take off a certain day or we get sick or something like that, it's not a detrimental thing because we can just block out our schedules, and then no one would really know the wiser. But
it just looks like we're booked up.
But we have showing up early is a good, like, you know, I understand that, like, as Americans, we've been programmed to be like, oh, if you're 15 minutes early, you're on time, or if you're on time, you're late. But it's like, I am the worst with time. I mean, it's an ADHD thing. It's like I've always like procrastinated. I've always like, I'll show up. I've been better about it, but I'll show up at like literally exact moment to be here. Like it'd be like if my first appointment's at 9:30. But lately I've been here about like 9:15.
Yeah, 9:27.
The last couple of days have been rough because traffic's been pretty bad. But usually, lately I've been getting here about 15-20 minutes early to brew my coffee in the morning, which is one of my favorite rituals, is French pressing my coffee, and first sip of that is But we get people where it's like, I have, you have a 9:30 or 10 o'clock appointment, and they book the 9:30 or 10 o'clock appointment, and then they just show up like 30 minutes early
or more,
and it's like, okay, if you want to hang out with us, that's cool, but at the same time, it kind of puts a pressure. It makes me feel like I have to be rushed, and I get overwhelmed pretty easily. So it's like I'm trying to like focus on my client, but now I'm focusing on you sitting in the chair in the waiting area, and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta hurry up and get done, because then the person sitting in the chair is going to get irritated with me for waiting so long. And it's like, that's what we try to prevent. So if you're going to show up early, at least like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Like if you show up on time, great. I mean, don't not come to your appointment. That's another no call, no shows. That's a huge. That's almost like a slap to our faces when you make an appointment and don't show up for it, at least without canceling it. Because like, I literally on the weekly get guys texting me asking, if you get a cancellation, let me know. So I have people on like call that like, okay, if someone cancels within an hour or two, it's like, okay, hey, do you want to get in right now? You got like 30 minutes to get here. And most of the time they show up, and I can fill that spot.
Yeah, you can fill it.
But then when I'm sitting here waiting for you, or we're waiting for our clients to get here that make an appointment, they don't show up, it fucks our day up, because that's money, that's time and money that we are just like wasting.
And God help you if you book again.
Yeah, we have, our policy is if you no call, no show us, you have to pay for the missed appointment. Now we understand if there's emergencies, if you come up to me and was like, oh, I had a heart attack, or I got into a car accident or something like that, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you just don't show up, like, it's either one, you're going to pay double for the service, or you just won't show up again, and it annihilates the people that are not respectful of our time.
How do you feel about people being drunk or high in your chair?
Drunk? I don't think I've actually have dealt with anyone that I know of being drunk in my chair. High, I don't really care, because I am also high. Not while cutting. But being high doesn't really, I feel like, affect a person's. Most of the time they're just quiet, they sit still. Drunk,
I think you're thinking of just marijuana. I'm not talking about just marijuana.
Oh, I can't recall.
Never?
Yeah, I can't really. There's not really.
Wow.
Oh, yes, I had a guy. Oh yeah, this is my crazy. Where are you going with this? I'll let you start.
Oh, it's just on my list of fucking don't shit to do.
Don't shit to do. Yeah, okay, so this is so yeah, I've had one guy back in the day when I was at the old location, and he was kind of, I guess, kind of well known around the area. He did a lot of like handiwork and I think painting and something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna give any names and throw anyone under the bus, but he was very notorious for being like coked out all the time. And so this was during like bike week or whatever, and it was like the first year this shop was running, and so we decided, a bike week, a bike rally or whatever in the city, and we decided to, have like, alcohol everywhere. It was supposed to be like weirdly, it was supposed to be kind of like, oh, all the bikers come in and like have fun, and we, everyone's drinking whiskey and scotches and all that stuff, and we wanted to be kind of like a man's man kind of event, but it ended up weirdly being like a bunch of kids. And we were playing like Marilyn Manson and like Pantera and Slayer, and like guys are in the shop drinking, and it was just like, why are we getting? And it was actually after that bike rally, we decided we're just closing down. Like, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, a bunch of drunk kids running around. That's great.
The kids were not drinking, but there was the guy that's he was well known. Helped out with the shop, but he was very notorious for being on coke a lot, or snorting coke, crack, whatever. I'm not a drug addict. I'm very basic, just weed. I don't know anything about nose beers or booger sugar or anything, any of that stuff. Like, just the terms I've heard throughout the year. But he came in, and he was already like fucked up, and you could tell just by the way he was talking. And so, and then on the same time, he was going over to our little whiskey bar area that we had, and just pouring Crown in this Coke, and was like Coca-Cola, not cocaine, but he was drinking that too. So he was on Coke, he was drunk. He even like parked his bike in the shop. It was weird, like
Jesus.
He like wanted to leave it overnight or whatever, and so he comes in, and this is like my only straight razor scary story, and it wasn't even my fault. Like, a lot of people have like, oh, the first few years being in the barbershop, they have kind of like a weird like, oh, I sliced this dude's like neck open or cheek open or whatever. No, this guy came in and was like, hey Aaron, give me a shave. I don't know, I'm giving him like an old Joker sound, but and I was like, oh man, like I don't do well when you're like not coherent. But I was like, all right, whatever, it's my first year in the shop, I'm just trying to make everyone happy. And so I was like, all right, come on over, come sit down or whatever. And so I leaned him back, and he was talking to everyone in the shop. And then when as soon as I like got the hot towel on him, he's still talking through the hot towel, trying to prep her skin. He's being very animated with his movements and stuff like that, and I'm just like rolling my eyes. And then I finally get to the point of like the shave, so I do my first swipe, and he just goes limp. Like, the dude literally like dies in my, not literally dies, I thought he actually died. I was like, my eyes bugged out, and I was like, and I was telling one of the looking at the other barbers that I was like, I think this guy died. Like, I don't, and everyone saw it. Like, the dude literally just like in mid-sentence just died, like literally clocked out. And so I'm like over here, like my heart's sinking. I'm like, oh my god, what if this guy's dead in my chair? And then finally I start hearing him snore, and I was like, oh, thank God. So I'm shaving him, and I'm trying to get done with it as fast as I can, because I just want this guy out of my chair. And of course, like, he's getting a free shave because he's done a lot to the shop, and that's kind of a thing we told him, like, oh, whenever you need anything, just let us know, as long as we have the time, because we're also that old shop I was at was also appointment only. And so I get done, and for some reason in school they teach you to do like a part of the mustache in one section and then go to the other side, and it's like the mustache sucks when you shave it. It's a very thick, dense area of the face, and I leave that for last in my shaves, just because I know it's going to be like, it's uncomfortable for me. It's a weird spot, and it's also going to be like uncomfortable for you as the client. And so in the middle of me shaving him, I get to his mouth, and he's still out, he's still snoring, so I'm getting ready to shave his lip. And as soon as I start to shave his lip, he wakes up, leans forward in the mid-swipe of my blade to talk to the other barber. Oh, and God. As I did that, the blade went against the direction I'm going and split his lip wide open. And he was like giving me like a hard time about it, and everyone was like, dude, it was your fault. Like, you literally moved in the middle of him doing that out of nowhere. And so it was after that, like, I was like, I'm not dealing with you again. So, and even with me not being the one that caused that, he even like had a grudge, not really a grudge, but more like, it was like a year he was just giving me shit for it. I'm like, it was your fault. So yeah, that's my drug experience with someone.
That's pretty good. Yeah, mine wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and that was the only time I ever just cut someone like that, like where it's just blood gushing everywhere. It was pretty bad.
Jeez. I had a couple. Pretty sure one of them was on meth, and for one, he just wouldn't shut the fuck up. And the part that really bothered me was he just kept moving. He would not stop moving. So it was very, very difficult to do the haircut. And I told him, hey, I'm doing this side of your head real quick. Just don't move. He wouldn't stop. He couldn't stop. Very difficult. The other one, he was either on heroin or pills. I don't know which one, but this son of a bitch was out. As soon as he sat in the chair, head went down. Bobblehead. So I got to sit there with one hand palming him, and then the other hand, I'm trying to do a skin fade. I'm like holding this man's head up because he just wasn't coherent.
He was just like ragdolling?
Yeah.
Oh.
Completely.
Awkward.
And, well, we've had a guy on cocaine before in here.
Oh, the one that did it in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh,
did
yeah.
in the bathroom. He came up with this clever way of doing coke in public. He would, guess, mix it in with a little bit of water, and he would put it in one of those nasal spray.
Oh, like a saline spray bottle?
Saline spray.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he did that. Well, the first time I met him, he was like, wasn't he going to he was going to rehab or something, wasn't he? And then he was showing us his septum, where it's like he's done so much cocaine you could see through his.
Oh yeah.
You could see through his like nose.
It just deteriorated it.
And then it was later on that day, like he was kind of being an ass to you because I guess because he was going to rehab, he expected you to give him a free service or something like that.
Yeah, he said hook me up, and I took that as, can you make some time for me to do a haircut and a shave? So I made the time. I did the haircut and a shave, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be blah blah blah," and he starts freaking out.
Yeah, I remember him getting angry with you.
So, long story short, maybe don't do drugs when going to a barbershop, or like ever.
Yeah, don't do drugs, cool. Kids. And speaking of people moving around, one of the biggest pet peeves for me as a barber is when I'm cutting you, especially when you're a newer client. And it's like as soon as I do like a couple passes on like their scalp or something, and like with the clip or something, they'll literally like just turn like a 180 to see themselves in the mirror. So contrary to popular belief here, the mirrors are not for you. The mirrors are actually for us because we get tunnel vision because we're so close to the hair when we're cutting and stuff. And so what might look good to us as we are cutting your hair, as soon as I turn someone around in the mirror to like show them or to see whatever, it's like you, like as barbers, you have to like every cut I do, I back up and I want to make sure I turn my client around a lot because it's like I need to see it in a new view. And then the mirrors are really good for pointing out mistakes. So it's like what could look good to me up close when I'm cutting your hair, it could be completely like off in the mirror, and then that's like, oh, okay, now I see what I'm missing. And so it's like it's a good way to step back. But a lot of times when newer people are coming in and stuff, they like turn around after you cut them, you're not even like remotely done with the cut, and they'll just like completely like turn around in the chair and look at themselves. And at that point, it kind of like, okay, you don't trust me, so therefore It's like now I have this almost like weird expectation, like I have to be perfect now because like you're just gonna nitpick, which is fine, it's your hair, I want you to nitpick, I want you to tell me what you want, but at the same time, like, trust me, because once you don't trust me, it's like I lose confidence in myself because now I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a rough cut because the dude won't sit still.
Reminds me of like a 5-year-old when you're cutting their hair, like, am I done yet? And they're trying to look back, see how much you got done.
Yeah. So the best thing you can do in the chair with your barber, just sit there, just look straight ahead. We'll tilt your head when we need it. I'll like typically with the nape, I'll tell you to bend your head down a little bit. But the funny thing is, you'll tell people to like lift their head back a little bit or down a little bit, and they'll just completely like break their fucking neck. Like they'll just go like chin and chest or looking straight up at the sky. I'm like, whoa, dude, like calm down, man. And then during beard trims, a lot of guys will, as you're trimming their beards, because I do a lot of freehand beard work, so it's like if you like, I've actually had guys like they're talking to me, but they're being very animated, and so I'm doing a freehand. I'm trying to sculpt the beard because beard trims are kind of like shrubbery work. So it's like I'm really good at like, shaping the beard by combing it out, freehanding it, and getting it precise. But I've had a guy like talking, being animated, and all of a sudden he like moves his head really quick, and then while I'm doing the freehand, and like literally a hole in the beard. And then it's
now you get a chin strap.
Yep, or now you got a hole in your cheek, and I'm like, dude, like you got to keep your head still during beard trims. Keep your head still in general. Like, yeah, it's okay to like move and kind of talk a little bit, but at the same time, it's like we get like your head is our canvas, and we can't. I tell kids this all the time. I'm like, you're in school, right? And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay, do you write essays? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, now imagine if you're trying to write an essay and that paper is literally just moving all over the place. And most of the time they're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. So it's like, yeah, your head is our canvas, and we like if you're moving around and sitting still, your cut's not going to be as good as it could be, because it's like at that point I'm just getting irritated and I just want you out. And so I'm not going to give you as much detail because like irritated me, and now at this point I don't want to cut you anymore.
Well, you can't put the detail in there because now you're having to stop and go over where you just were and try to fix whatever just happened because they moved.
Yeah, and we have other clients.
Yep.
Waiting for us. Like there's people waiting in the chairs and ready to go, and it's like once I get behind, it's like the whole day gets behind and stuff, and I hate that. I hate when I have to tell clients because other people made it harder on us. What else you got?
Personal favorite of mine. Being extremely picky about your haircut after you just went to like Great Clips.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The fixer-uppers when they come in desperate for fixes.
Ugh. Like you just went to a shop like that and now you expect perfection. Like why didn't you expect that when you were there?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Got a couple more here. Asking for extra services without booking. We try our best to accommodate this particular situation with certain people, especially if there are regulars and we know what to do with your hair and it doesn't take the full service length to do so. So we might be able to add in a beard trim.
Yeah, sometimes it does work.
Sometimes it does work. But if you're a new guy and we don't really know what's going on with your hair, we got to do a little consultation in the beginning, and it takes a little bit more time to get you where you need to be. There's a little bit more checking involved, and by that time, your service is done, and we need you out of there. And we just don't have the time sometimes. Like, don't get mad about it. Just book accordingly. If you want your beard trim, just book it. We have double services. We got triple services. It's just book it.
And with our particular system and stuff, we made everything really easy. Like it has single combo, like single services, double services, triple services. And it happens all the time where it's like someone will just book a regular haircut and they'll want a skin fade, and it's like, okay, a skin fade takes longer than a regular haircut, so it's like I can only do which it's also to the discretion of the barber, because sometimes it's like, okay, you booked a normal, but I know who you are, I know how to do your skin fade, I can get it done. So it's really to the discretion of the barber. But if we can't, yeah, like John said, don't get mad at us for it, because like we can't. It's like I got other people waiting. It's like you book a regular haircut, it's a 30-minute service, but then you're here and you're like, oh, can I get a face shave too? And it's like that's like, what is our face shave?
Face shave? We differ in time. I take a lot less time than you do on face shaves.
Yeah.
So I think our time is 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's about 25 or 30 minutes. So yeah, it's like when you're wanting a face shave, that's adding an extra 30 minutes, and it's like within that 30, it's like I got a guy right after you. Like it's like just be paid. Like if you make a mistake and stuff, cool, no worries. Just book another appointment later on if you really want the service done, or just wait until next time you want to make an appointment. Be sure. But we try to tell people like in the best way possible. Like, oh, sorry, I can't. I'm backed up, and you didn't book the particular service you're looking for. trying to think.
Begging for services that we don't offer. Such as really the main one that comes to mind is design work.
Yeah,
We don't like doing it, and I'm sorry. If you join a T-ball team, I may be inclined to do some design work on you. I'll put some racing stripes on the side of your head, but I don't think they're going to let you join at the ripe old age of 45 years old.
yeah. If design work's your thing as a barber, cool. I personally got into barbering because I can draw. Because I thought the tattoo world was kind of cool, and I kind of wanted that like environment. In the barbering world and the tattoo world are kind of similar as far as environments go. And I can't draw worth shit. And so when you're sitting there like, oh yeah, can I get a star in my head? Or even though they sound like basic shapes, it's like, no, I'm not good at that. I'm not going to do that. And so, yeah, it's a weird. And
also, you're 45. Why are you still getting racing stripes on the side of your head?
Yeah, and for the clout of Instagram or your social media accounts, it's going to look good for that one photo that you take. But then after a couple of days, you're going to look like you have mange.
Yeah, look like shit.
Like they just don't. To me, they just don't personally. They don't age well. And when you come in and you tell us something that makes us uncomfortable. Like,
don't keep pressing.
Like when you're with kid cuts, kids, it's the worst because they'll come in and clearly they do not want their hair cut. And I'm a consensual person, so if the person in my chair isn't wanting something done and someone's forcing me to do it, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm literally going to show you I'm very disgusted with this. Like I don't want to. It's making me uncomfortable. It's making me anxious. So when we say like, no, that's not my thing, it makes me uncomfortable, don't fucking press it. Because you're really just going to piss us off and we're never going to want to deal with you again. And we're so busy and booked all the time, it's like we can pick and choose.
We will blacklist you.
Yeah, we can pick and choose. Okay, so you got mad at me because I didn't cut your kid and you don't come here. Okay, cool, I can fill that spot up. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, toddlers was on my list.
Toddlers, yeah. Don't, if your kid... I had, back in the day, a parent bring in a 2-month-old wanting a haircut. And this baby couldn't even hold their head up. Like, they weren't even ready yet.
Skin fade, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't even remember at this point. But I looked at them, and I'm like, they can't even hold their head up. Like, what do you, like, no, I'm not going to do that. And they're like, oh, we can't find a new one. Like, no, crap.
It's a toddler.
It's a toddler.
Not even a toddler.
They still have
infant.
It's an infant. They still have a soft spot on their head. We could kill them. Like, what are you talking about? And then if you show up with your kid, and then your kid just starts bawling and crying, and then as they sit in the chair, and they're just like...
We're messing with everything in the shop, and you as a parent don't try to correct them at all because you think it's okay. That's not okay.
Yeah.
This is a barber shop. We mainly cater towards adults, and there's a lot of expensive things in here. Don't let them run around hitting our TVs and our fucking Xboxes and $500 Steam machines. Just stop. Even the chair they're sitting on is $1,500.
Yeah.
You think I want their shoes on that?
Yeah. And they're just like walking all over the couches. Their shampoo bowls. They're messing with the lever on the thing.
And
like,
you just sit there and don't say anything.
And it's weird because like we're not the parent, and so personally, I just want to like scream and yell and tell them to get out. But it's like at the same time, it's like I don't want that conflict with the parent being like, oh, don't talk to my kid like that. It's like, well, control your kid.
Can you talk to them at all?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, discipline. I mean, I'm not saying beat your kid or spank them or anything because I'm not really for that. But it's like,
but maybe.
But like, get them to stop. Like, Jesus.
Oh, last one I had. Where am I here? Oh, this is a fun one.
What's this one?
So, you ever be cutting somebody's mustache or beard and they're just locking eyes with you the entire time?
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that point. Yeah. Yep, the good old soul stare.
It's not necessarily bad, but it just really it's unsettling.
Yeah, especially if we don't know you. Like sometimes our clients that we've been cutting for years, like they'll do that just to be funny. And it is pretty funny when you know the person. Because it's like I mean I wear hats all the time, so usually when I'm doing mustache trims, I'm kind of like the brims down, so I'm not like looking at their eyes. But yeah, some I'll look up and they're just staring into your soul. Another one, reading the "we're appointment only" sign, and still walking in, trying to get a spot. Which, if we have it, some people get lucky that they'll do it and they'll show up at the right amount, exact time, and you can get them in, or we can get them in.
But they would know that if they looked online.
Yeah, so it's like some people just refuse to look online.
Yep.
And they say like they'll show up, they'll sit there, and we'll watch them read the sign about not being able to make it.
Aaron's absolute favorite thing is when this happens, he'll greet them and they won't say anything to him and just sit down.
Oh, yeah, the whole like, oh, hey, what's going on, man? And then nothing. They just look at you and just sit straight down. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, you're going to sit there for a long time and nobody's going to call on you.
Yeah, if you do that to me, because I'm the first one you see in our shop. So as soon as you walk in and I say something to you and you don't say nothing to me, if you're walking, I'm just going to let you sit there until like we get done with our cuts and then John says something to you. Like, that is one of the most disrespectful things to me. Like, yeah, okay, you walk into Walmart, you walk into Publix, there's 1,000 employees. You just want to get your shit, get in and get out. That's fine. That's cool because self-checkout, you don't really have to rely on anyone. But when you're in a small business, like, literally, we're just two fucking guys that, like, run this whole thing. And then when you just walk in and you don't say anything to us, but you expect to get a walk-in, like, that is, oh, yeah, that's a big one. I can't believe, yeah, I forgot about that. That hasn't happened in a while.
That's why I wrote them down.
What else is there? There's... Oh, I know. Here's another one. Here's a good one. People who come in to a shop they've never been in before, with people they've never been cut by before, and they don't know what they want. Like, I get it. We're the professionals. We're supposed to be able to make suggestions and stuff. But at the end of the day...
Would you like to act it out for people?
Act it out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Here, you be the barber.
I be the barber?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, how's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going good. Going good.
Cool. What would you like?
I want a haircut.
Yeah, it's just like that. They're like, oh, yeah, just a haircut. Okay, yeah, just a regular. Yeah, it's like, you do realize, like, everyone's regular is different. And I cut so many guys that get something regular.
Just like take a little bit off of there and there.
Yeah, dude, it's yeah, and the same, and it's weird. And personally for me, some barbers might enjoy this, some barbers don't. I personally don't. I don't like guessing. I want you to tell me what you want. Yeah, I can make suggestions, and like I've been in it for so long now that I could be like, oh, okay, your head shape, we need to do this instead of what you're doing with this.
Right.
So it's like I make suggestions, but at the end of the day, if you just come in here and you don't know like what direction you want to go in, I'm not going to be confident in the cut with it because I'm just like, because I've done that before where it's like someone's told me to do whatever and I've done whatever and they've gotten mad at me. Because I just kind of went off with their style. I was like, okay, here, this. And they're like, oh, that's not what I wanted. And it's like, well, you didn't tell me what you wanted.
No, you didn't know what you want, so how is it not what you want?
And also, people showing pictures of hairstyles that aren't your hair type. Like, that is another thing. It's like some dude with, like, blonde hair, thinning, will show me a picture of someone with, like, thick, black, textured hair. And I'm like, you can't achieve this. You're not going to be able to achieve this. So why are you showing me this picture? And also on the same note of showing pictures, people will show me pictures, and then by the time they're done with what they wanted with the cut, it wasn't even anything remotely to what the picture looked like. It's like, oh, well, so you want everything that's not this picture. Dude, it's like, what are you doing?
On the other side of the pit there, I have had guys come in and be like, yeah, I don't really know what I want, but I'm open to a new hairstyle. What do you think we could do with what I have going on right now? And then we can make some suggestions, usually 2 or 3, and, pick from that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
And that's fine when you're coming in and you're like, yeah, I do want to get shorter and try something different, but I'm not really sure. What do you think? That's fine. But when it's like you just like, especially in the older generation, they're just like, Oh, my hair's not that hard. I just want a little bit off the sides. Okay, how short do you want to go? Oh, I haven't been anyone different in 30 years. I don't remember. It's like, oh, I'm not a wizard.
My last barber died mid-haircut and haven't been able to find anybody since. I just walked in and he knew what to do.
Yeah, it's like...
And that's where the conversation stops and you're like, well...
Oh, yeah, and also, with also showing pictures, pop culture, like, photos. Like, a lot of people will take celebrities or actors and stuff.
Yeah.
So a big common one that I've gotten, like, probably, like, I don't get it so much more now than when it first came out. Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
When that show came out, the most haggard looking people would come in here showing me a Thomas Shelby cut. And I'm like, you do realize that's a bowl cut. I literally...
Also, their head's like super rounded and wouldn't work anyways.
Yeah, like you have to be a specific person with a specific amount of confidence to pull off a Peaky
And
Blinders.
head type.
Like, and those cuts didn't even look good. Like even on Thomas, like yeah, it works for him because that's his character. They made it work with his head type. And Brad Pitt from Fury. That's another one that I get a lot. Actually, I get a lot of Justin Timberlake's. Like I used to get a lot of Justin Timberlake photos. And dude, who's that soccer player? David Beckham. No, Beckham
Or Messi.
Yeah, so I get a few, which that's kind of a more normal haircut, but I get a lot of that one. But yeah, it's like stuff like Fury, like Brad Pitt and Fury, and Cillian Murphy and Peaky Blinders. I've even got an Arthur Shelby before. And I'm like, your face shape, your size, like it's not going to work. I have some guys that I've done bowl cuts on that looked cool, like it worked for them because of their style, their shape, their personality, and stuff. So you got to take all those things into factor.
Yeah.
When you're trying to figure out what haircut you want to go with.
It's a very aggressive cut, and if you don't have the personality for it, you're going to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You're just...
And then also people wanting hairstyles that their hair just won't do. Like if like the people who want like the crazy side parts and stuff like that, but they got the two cowlicks up the front that make their hair go in different directions. Like you're not going to be able to pull that style off. You really have to go off with what your head type is, what your body shape is, and everything. Like there's so many factors, and cowlicks in general. Like that's one of the like every mom that comes in here like, oh, he's got these cowlicks, and it's like, yes, everyone has cowlicks. We know what to do with them. People make it out cowlicks out to be like every client has the worst cowlick ever, and it's it's doable.
I used to have a client, he had about 9 cowlicks.
Yeah, and me, I have one tiny one that I could literally turn. Like I've gotten lucky with how my hair grows. Like I don't really have that many. Yeah, there are some worse than others. And it's just like, it's a genetic thing. Your genes play a huge part in how your hair grows, the hair texture, the hair type, thickness, the thinness. You have to go with what you can do. I couldn't do like a straight, blonde, thin look because I have super thick, wavy, black hair. Or now it's more grayish brown.
I like the pictures that are heavily doctored. And like
Photoshop. Yeah, they'll show us a picture on Instagram or something. You can clearly tell it's like photoshopped with the way it's like. Yeah, don't have expectations with your haircuts in the real world compared to Instagram, because with Instagram and stuff, it's what we call them the clout barbers.
Yeah.
Is that okay, the picture looks good online, the style looks good online, but realistically your client isn't gonna be able to recreate that. They're literally probably like, most of my clients, like I style them up and they're like, yeah, this is the best it's gonna look, and until they'll just throw a hat on. Like realistically, most people don't style their hair. They literally just get the cut. Like some will, like there's people that are like die hard with it and stuff, and they'll do styles and stuff. But most of the time, it's just just the average working man or
they don't have time for that. They don't care about it that much.
Yeah. Anything else pet peeve wise that you got before we move on to like the crazy stories, even though we've told a couple?
I am not a fan of having a wife come in and dictate how the husband should cut the hair. Not because it's the wife doing it.
Yeah.
It's really awkward having 3 people at the barber chair, and then a grown-ass man is having somebody else like tell the barber what to do.
Yeah, and so it's like you're getting pulled in like different directions.
Yeah, because he wants one thing, she wants another, and you're just fucking standing there. Like, what are you supposed to do? Who are you supposed to listen to? Who's paying me? Which one of you is paying me?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I tell kids when kids want me to do certain things that the parents don't. I'm like, well, when you pay me for your haircut, then you can make the call on your haircut.
Yeah. Guys, just be a big boy. Tell the barber what you want.
So in this next little segment, we're just going to kind of talk about some of the crazy stories, which you've heard a little bit of in the beginning of this episode with my client with the shave, the slicing of the lip. But we have a few more crazy stories just in general, and this kind of like these stories kind of go in with the don'ts of the shop. You have a pretty funny one about a guy, a drunk guy at your old location. So I'll let you. I won't spoil anything. I'll let you tell the story.
So this particular fella had been coming in for a while, and he was always a little bit off. This particular day, he came into the shop. We were still walk-ins then. So he came in, he sat down, he looked at the line of people. I think it was probably a Saturday. It was a lot of people there. And he said, "Hey, can you save my spot? I'm going to run next door," because we used to be next to a handy mart. So yeah, that's fine. No problem. He goes next door, and he comes back with a 6-pack of like tall beers. So he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna sit outside and wait for my turn." All right, that's fine. This man proceeds to pound all 6 of them, and probably, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour had passed by then.
Mm-hmm.
He pounds them all.
Yeah.
Throws them out. Well, actually, he didn't throw them out. He left them outside. Comes inside, sits down. I'm mid-cut, and he's starting to get a little bit rowdy, and then he gets a little bit rowdier, and the guy who was next looked at me, and he goes, "Hey, John, why don't you just get him out of the way real quick, and then we can have some fucking peace and quiet?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem, thank you." So I was like, "Hey, come on over. It's your turn." So he gets up, comes over, and it was a very hectic haircut because he just wouldn't stop moving. So I get them all done, and I take the cape off of him, and he gets up, and I notice there's a wet mark on my chair.
Oh, no.
So I look at him dead in his face, and I goes, "Did you just piss yourself?" And he's like, No, the chair was wet over there, and I sat in it. Like, no, it wasn't. The chair's dry over there. You're soaking wet. He's like, "No, I didn't piss myself." I was like, "Listen, pay and you need to get out." So he paid. He's like, "All right, fine, whatever. I'm going outside." Okay, whatever. He leaves. I didn't think anything of it. I clean up everything. I sanitize, disinfect, blah blah blah. Do the whole bit. Everybody in the shop starts laughing. It was fine. It was a funny moment. He goes back next door to the Handy Mart, gets more beer, and sits on the stoop at the side of the shop. Drinks all of them. While he's sitting on the stoop, he pisses again. And this time, it didn't stop.
Oh.
He pissed so much, it filled his shoes up.
Oh, no.
Started going out of his shoe and draining from the sidewalk into the parking lot. That's how much there was.
Dude.
So we finally see him and we're like, "Oh my god, this guy's just gone."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Hey guys, I need to hang out here for a minute because I need to sober up a little bit." I'm like, "Okay, man, do what you need to do," because we knew he lived like right down the road. Whatever, dude, just sober up, do whatever. I got him some water, I think. So another 45 minutes passes, and he finally musters up the courage to get on a bicycle. It takes him about 13 minutes to figure out how to get on the bicycle.
Oh my
He just
God.
couldn't do it. He fell over twice. Finally got on the bicycle, and I'll be damned, he rode that son of a bitch like he wasn't drunk.
He pissed it all out, bro.
He was doing really well. We were looking at him just to make sure he was going to be all right. Everything was fine until an oncoming car came. And for some strange reason, he decided to swerve into the car lane.
Oh, no. Did he get hit?
No, he didn't get hit. He swerved back out again. And then he finally straightened up and went home. But Jesus.
That part slowed him up a little bit.
Oh,
Jesus.
God.
I've never had
a
a piss guy. No one's pissed in my chair that I know of. Nothing's ever been wet.
It's not fun.
Damn, that's wild.
Oh, I do have another a don't do. And this is also a story as well.
Sick.
So, when you're in a barber chair, don't watch porn.
Oh my God! Yes, that's a good point.
It's
very rare that it happens.
It's not something that you need to be doing, for one, in public, and two, in a relatively intimate setting next to somebody else.
I've actually had clients in my chair where they're going through their photos to show me, and it's like, we're right behind you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah, let me show you this photo. So, of course, my attention's on your phone.
And now you know what his penis looks like.
And, yeah, I've seen his penis. I've seen, like, 4 different girls. Like, we actually, in the old shop, we had a guy that would, like, make his, like, I guess, wife and kids stay outside. And he would, like, show us photos of different girls he was with. And, would be scrolling through his phone, and you'd see, like, a bunch of different women's, like, nudes.
Oh my God.
Like, that weren't the wife he was with. And I was like, dude, like, how scummy do you have to be?
And they're right outside.
Right outside, and yeah, it's happened before with like college kids and stuff too, where they're scrolling through their phone, like, oh, there's penis, oh, there's boobs, oh, there's a different chick's boobs. Yeah, hide your photos. Like, if you're gonna be like that open with it, like, I don't want to see that stuff.
Nobody
I definitely don't want to see the dick.
This fucking guy, though, he sits down. I'm starting cutting his hair. We already did the consultation. He's like, hey, man, you mind if I just watch some videos on my phone? I'm thinking like Facebook or TikTok or something. He pulls up photos. He goes into his videos. And he starts watching his homemade porn.
Oh, no.
On his phone.
I haven't had anyone that ballsy.
I was like, dude, you can't do that, man. Like, we got kids coming in here. I don't want to see that. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like,
some shops might be okay with that, because I mean, there are some pretty skeevy shops that like do not.
I guess, but that's too much.
Some that got I know there's a barbershop somewhere in the United States where they have a wall. They've taken like Hustler magazine pages and like plastered them all over the wall. And like, if that's the shop you want, you have no kids.
I mean, that's one thing though. If it's Hustler, they're all 18. Everybody's legal. Everybody got paid for the work.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is on this guy's phone.
Yeah.
I don't know who
definitely
these people are.
Yeah, definitely don't show us your nudes on the phone.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
I had to look at his bony ass.
But then we had recently that guy that came in here a few months ago that I didn't hear the beginning of the conversation, but he was like he just came off the street, was like weirdly incoherent, but he started like I think I was washing some cups or something, and he was talking about, what was he talking about? Some lady with the occult.
Oh yeah, the occult guy. He's like, yeah, there was this preacher lady, and she was hanging out with this young kid. Kept saying young kid.
Yeah, and that's when I came, because I heard something about the occult, and then I was like, whoa, wait a second, what are you talking about?
He's like, yeah, she's got devil books in a house of worship.
And I actually ended up using a Letterkenny quote, and it caused him to he shut down, like, as soon as I did it. Like, it was a weird...
You see, like, Not My Pig, Not My Farm or something
Yeah,
like
so
that?
this guy walks in, starts talking about something with this old lady at the church with the occult books or something. I think she had some kind of metaphysical books or something.
Yeah, or something like that.
Something stupid. And so he sits down in this, we have in our shop, we have like 2 like outside chairs with like a little wooden table that we sometimes bring outside when we're on break, or if clients want to sit outside. But like in the shop, when they're inside, they're really close to my station, like next to my chair. So I'm cutting my client, and this guy sits down in that chair right next to mine, and I'm cutting the dude, and I'm already like, from the way this guy's acting, like irritated and like not having any of it. And so the dude's like, Yeah, this woman, she has like these occult books or something where she would say, but she's been running around with this like kid sneaking out, and I kind of called him and whatever. So I like look over at the dude.
How old's the kid?
Yeah, I look at the dude and I was like, okay, well, how old's the kid? And he's like, oh, he's like 20 something, like 25,
23,
26.
25.
I was like, okay, well, how old's the lady? Like, in her 70s or 80s or something. It was something weird. And I was like, well, technically they're both consensual adults. So if they're
kids to me.
Yeah, so that's when he got up. He actually like got up real quick and like angrily and got in my face. It was like, I'm 50 something years old, and that 20-year-old's a kid to me. And I was like, I literally was like, yeah, not my pig, not my farm. And the dude literally just like loosened up, kind of looked shocked by my response, and literally like did a 180 about face and like walked straight out the door. It was like, damn, I can't believe the letter kitty came in clutch.
So ridiculous.
Oh, and then so we got Swamp Monster Man.
Oh, that's all you, bud.
So my first is month here.
Yeah,
something like that. This guy comes in and he's got all he wanted was a skin fade with a 3 on top. But he said multiple.
He said about 3 or 4 different haircuts in the meantime.
Yeah, and so typically with me as a barber, if I've never cut you before, I am conservative with my cuts, not politically, but with my cuts. And so I'll cut on the side of caution, where it's like, okay, I can take more off, because you can take off, you can never put back on unless you wait for it. I mean, I can glue it back on if you want. But this guy, he kind of came in with an attitude from the start.
Yeah.
Complete douchebag. And so it was probably actually one of the, I think, only 1-star reviews that I've ever gotten. And the dude posted the 1-star. You could tell he was not happy with it. But to me, it was a skin fade to a 3, so it wasn't that hard. It was just but he was like, oh yeah, do a mid, or then he was low. No, he's no, higher. It was something crazy. And so finally I was tired. I was like, I'm not going to continue. I'm just going to get done with this cut. So get done with it and charge him and whatever, and he gets out. But then it's really right after, it was probably the same day or same day that we got the 1-star review, and he was like, terrible fade, or something terrible fade, don't sit in the first barber's chair. And I'm like what? But the dude ended up using his full name in the review, and so I ended up just posting about it. I ended up posting a story about it or something, or a Facebook post, and I was like, oh, you can't win them all, or something like that, and kind of explain the situation. But one of my clients used to date him. Well, not my client. She's not my client. Her husband's my client, and so she was like, oh my god, I know that guy. He's actually he's actually has a suspended license right now. So she told me that, and then so finally I looked up the guy's name, and then his mugshot popped up, and it was the same exact haircut that I gave him. It looked exactly the same from the mugshot. But it turns out he got arrested for Grand Theft Auto, and there's a video footage of this guy on the internet. I can't remember his name, but if you want to go down the rabbit hole and search for it, it's pretty hilarious, because there's helicopter, infrared, night vision video of this guy literally stealing this car. He'd already stolen it, but the chase, and he jumps out of the car, jumps in the swamp, so he got dubbed the Swamp Man or Swamp Thing or something like that. And it's why be like that? Okay, you're already a scumbag, you're already an asshole douche, so why come into a shop and just act like that? Because no one cares.
And then post it with your full name.
Yeah, post it with your full name, because then you're going to be on blast. Dude. Have you had anyone die in your chair? Not die, but anything crazy happen?
No, it's just the piss guy, really.
The piss guy. It wasn't my guy, but there was a guy at the old place I was working at that I don't know what happened to him, and with me being a hypochondriac, it sent me in a state of panic, because I was and it was crazy because the way the shop was set up, we were kind of all diagonal to each other, so everyone's mirror was Like no matter which direction you look, you could see the entire shop. You could, like so there. I mean, there were times I was having conversations with people through mirrors because it was just like boom, 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 like bouncing off or whatever. So this guy. Oh, and we were playing the. We discovered Macho Man had a rap album. So it was a weird. Like I had one of my like teenagers. He was like 12 or 13, and so we're just jamming out. And so the client that I'm about to talk about was actually with another barber. And so we're all just having a good time. We're listening to Macho Man Randy Savage like dissing on Hulk Hogan. Like it's hilarious. Like if you guys, it's called. I think the album's called "Be a Man" or something like that. And he's got Hold Chains. It's hilarious. And the guy, the whole time the guy's laughing, he's having a good time or whatever. But then like the cut got finished. He started getting powdered, like neck duster powdered off or whatever. And all of a sudden he goes, I don't feel so good. And I heard him say that, and so I looked in the mirror, and the dude was like pale. Like it's like he had clocked out. So the dude ended up becoming pale. Then all of a sudden you just started seeing this giant sweat stain. Like he was wearing a gray shirt. It was just like almost like instantly, like this gray blob just started darkening from sweat.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, like my panic is like setting, and I'm like, oh, I have this kid in my chair. I need to turn away from what's going on because I don't know what's happening. But then I realized like, oh, there's mirrors everywhere. So I turned the kid away, so the kid's looking through the mirror at this guy, and then it's like the dude's like lights clocked out. Like it almost looked like he died for a second. And then the guy cutting him at the time, he started actually like falling forward. And the guy at the time grabbed him, like put his hands out on his chest to stop him from falling onto the floor. And then after he did that, he started vomiting, like this like chunky. It was scary. I don't know what happened. And you just started hearing him gasp for air. And the guy that was cutting him like literally like threw the towels on the floor and like whipped the bin around because we had towel bins. So he like threw all the dirty towels on the floor and like whipped the trash can around to get the dudes like. Catch the dude's vomit before he got all over the floor and the chairs and stuff, but it was quick. And then the dude like came to and was like, he was actually coherent and like became fine and stuff. But then like the EMTs had to show up, and that was a scary moment. And that's like the only time anyone's ever really like had an episode. There was another guy in the same shop that had like some kind of blood thing where they made him like if he like saw blood or thought blood was on him or something like that, he would like pass out. And the guy shaving him or whatever, the kid thought he got nicked or whatever. So the barber puts the towel over him, and all of a sudden you see his body like go limp. And then we didn't know what was going on until he just started like sliding, like because he's leaning back in the chair, and he just starts sliding down the chair, and the guy literally is like picking him up from his like shoulders. Like it was like, oh, what are you doing? And then we found out like he moved the towel, and the dude's eyes roll on the back of his head. And he's like, so those are like some scary, some like weird moments with clients. And I think for me, like I gotta say, I'm pretty fortunate out of the eight years I've been doing this. I don't really have like. I've never really pissed a lot of people off. There's never been like, yeah, I've had people that haven't been happy with my cuts and stuff, and that's okay. It's like sometimes I'm just not the barber for them. They want, if they want the lineups and stuff like that, it's like I'm a traditional guy, so I can't draw either. So it's like I don't want to sit there and like make your forehead a freaking box. And also too, if you're a white guy, stop doing that. It does not look good on you guys. Like it is like doing the whole like, oh, I'll like square my forehead up and put these crazy lines in, and so like stop. It doesn't work on us. Like
stop. Get some help.
Yeah. It's not a look for us. Like yeah, there are some white guys that pull it off, but it is really a very like Spanish, like African American kind of like style, and they can rock it. It works for them, but for us white guys, it is not a very appealing style for us. But I think for me, that's which I'm sure in later episodes I might think of something, and because like I said, this is going to be all over the place, off the rails all the time. Do you have any more?
I don't have one quite exactly like those. Mine's a little bit more depressing. I had a fella where he was diagnosed with a terminal illness.
Oh, I think you talked about. Didn't you talk about that in the last episode? Where you said it was his last haircut.
Possibly.
Yeah, you said. I think you said in the last episode he was like, "Oh, I appreciate you," because he gave you like a. He gave you something, didn't he?
No, that was a different guy.
Oh, okay, so this is a different story.
Yeah,
okay.
this guy, he was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and I guess he had known about it for a couple months, and he was getting really depressed about it. So he told me, he's like, "Yeah, I bought a gun today." I was like, "Oh, what kind of gun?" He's like, "Well, it's gonna be the gun I shoot myself with."
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What?
He bought himself like a nice Colt 1911 or something, and that was the gun he was gonna use to off himself because he didn't want to deal with the disease. But the story gets better.
Okay, shit. I was like, oh my god.
His son actually came down and forced him to get a second opinion. And I think they flew up to like Cleveland or I don't know, some top medical hospital. And they're like, "No, yeah, whoever diagnosed that was an idiot. You don't have that at all. You have this, and it's totally treatable." This man almost blew his brains out because of a misdiagnosis.
Oh my god. That's wild.
And he comes into the shop still.
Oh, sick. That's good. I don't know if I
Actually had him this week.
I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, I don't know if I can handle, like, because me with my anxiety and hypochondria, it's like I feel like if I ever get diagnosed with something terminal that I know is going to kill me, I probably, like, once I start feeling like I can't take care of myself and wake, I probably would.
No, and that's what he would have been. He would have been a vegetable at the end of it.
Yeah.
He's just not able to control anything.
Yeah.
And that's what he was afraid of. He's like, "I don't want my wife to deal with this."
Yeah.
So when things start to go bad, I'm just gonna
Like, it almost seems almost like with the way we handle, like, we focus so hard on keeping everyone alive, even when it's like they have no,
want.
not really want. It's like I don't want people to kill themselves, and it's like I don't want.
No, it's just if you're in that kind of a state, like a lot of people don't want to be alive.
Yeah.
Because it's pain and misery and
panic, and like I have an anxiety problem and I hate panicking, and it's like and it's like, yeah, once I get to a point I can't wipe my own ass, it's over. I'm out. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't want anyone dealing with that or whatever. So here's to years of health, hopefully.
Like all the old guys say, don't get old.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't know how the hell to take that. But.
Well, if you get old, you made it. You know, it's a badge of honor. But no, we get some old dudes that make me hopeful for old age.
Oh yeah.
Like my stepdad, like he's in the 70s, and the he's in better shape than I am.
Yeah.
He runs upstairs, plays softball, like does all these like cool things, and plays drums still, and so it's like, take care of yourself. Like that's and I get some people aren't.
Don't do drugs and take care of yourself.
Yeah. I think that's it for me for this episode.
Yeah, I think that's good, man. I appreciate you guys for listening and maybe having a drink and smoke with us and just hanging out.
Yeah, appreciate the support and the feedback of the first episode. It actually popped off a lot more than I thought it was going to, and it's almost kind of therapeutic for us. Like, I remember we got finished with episode 1, and we were just like, I know you specifically were like, man, I needed that. That was...
Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, it felt nice.
Good to talk about it.
And this is our second episode, and it's a pretty beefy one. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. You kind of get to see more of the dark side of our job, but it's not all
doom and gloom.
Like, all the stuff that we've talked about today is a very small percentage of what we deal with. Most of the time we're laughing. I don't think I probably laugh more here than I've ever laughed in my life. You know,
I don't think I've ever shown up to work here and not had a laugh.
Yeah, it's a great job. So if you're thinking about being a barber, go for it. Like, it's a great job. I think like from research I've read about being a barber, it's like we have a long life expectancy because like we have less risk of blood clots because we're on our feet all day. I mean, granted, like if we don't have good posture and stuff, yeah, we can have back problems and feet problems and
yeah.
But I mean, most of the time it's like how many barbers back in the day have you known or not known but heard of that are like, yeah, my barber was like in his 90s still cutting hair until he finally just died, you know. Like I hear that a bunch of times, so it kind of makes me excited because it's like, okay, sick, so I can keep doing this for a long time because It's a cool job. So don't
It is. It's a lot of fun.
don't take this if you're an aspiring barber listening to us. Don't take this as like, oh, don't be into this, because everywhere you go, like every shop's going to be different. Every shop's going to have their own do's and don'ts, their own things that bother them. What bothers us might not bother another shop. If you like doing design work, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not our cup of tea, mainly because we can't fucking draw.
If you want a stick figure on the back of your head, I am your guy.
I can't even draw a good stick figure, bro. Like, I am so bad at drawing that, like,
It's super easy. You just put a triangle on the girl.
dude. Even straight, like, I give it to our future barber Moose, whose also name is Aaron, because he wants to do design works. If he wants to do that, that's cool. We're not going to stop him from doing that. But I mean, it's even like little bitty lines in the side of the head for me. I'm just like, and so. But there's a couple people that I've done it to for like the last few years that I can kind of do it. But it's like, I don't understand how they get those like super crispy lines without like, because I got big hands as it is.
It's more than just like putting the line in. You got to go above the hair and like trim down a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's not overlapping over the cut you just put in. That's just...
Yeah, it's weird.
Just get a goddamn haircut.
I just don't want to do it. But yeah, we appreciate the support. We hope you like this episode. Like I said, this is probably one of my favorite ones because we get to talk about our crazy stories. Which there'll probably be more because I feel like in the recording of this, like some vaporized in our minds as we were talking about it. But I think that's it on my end. What do you got? You got anything to add?
I'm good to go.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to be a barber, be a barber. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Pomps and Plunder, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.